Hey guys, welcome back to Building a Dream. So on this episode we're going to be building a firewood shelter. So I've chosen to use lots of the wood that's been left behind by all the earthworks guys, and I'm just basically making an A-frame and put some bamboo screening down the sides and maybe some shelves inside for the firewood.
Here we do not have a flat surface, which is what you want to build on top of. So I first cleared the land with my shovel, just getting rid of any tigs, sticks, holes, soil, rocks, that kind of thing, and just making sure that I had a flat surface to build on. Alright, now for the fun part, digging the holes. So I picked up this auger on Marketplace for about $100, I think it was, and it works really well, except when it's not winter. So in winter, it tends to go down quite easily, but this is actually spring. So I was met with rocks, really tough ground, roots, nothing budging. So fun times ahead. Okay, so I'm like a huge nature freak. Love it, love it, love it. And I hate obviously cutting down trees, but I had to clear the land. So I am making sure to reuse all the logs that have been cut down and make sure nothing goes to waste or just gets used for firewood. So as you can see here, I'm using all the logs to create the structure of the firewood shelter, and I'm just loading them into my car. People always ask, oh, there must be someone there helping you. Nope, I use my environment. Anything I can find around me, I will use to help me complete my task, and I will get it done because I'm determined. So I just needed to take these over to the site, and that was in my Delica. And of course, once I had got them all over to the site, I then had to unload them all out of the Delica. So that was fun. My whole day always feels like I'm going back and forth, but I don't mind at all. And then I had to measure these logs and cut them to the right size. I believe my chainsaw may need a new chain. This is why it looks so hard. After that, I then had to dig some more holes because I never do anything in the right order. And then I needed to get my log post vertically into my holes, which was not the easiest task, as you can see, but I got it done, as we always do. These holes are not too deep, and that is because the structure is meant to balance. Balance what? Yeah, I know that sounds very strange, but please just bear with me and trust me, it will work. I then needed to find a ladder, which I did not own at this point. So I again had to utilize my environment, and I found my Delica was a good size. So I got that into the gap. I was, of course, chuffed with what I had achieved. So clever, I thought, not realizing the failure I had unwillingly set myself up for in the future and the sacrifice I had made with my Delica. Anyway, moving on, I had my Delica in there, and now I had to work out how to secure them together. So that was a bit of a juggling task, but I am an acrobat. So before you go, oh, that doesn't look very safe, don't worry, I am very good at balancing. So basically what I had to do is tie a string from one end so that I could get them to come together in the middle and grab them. Yes, it was very, very heavy, but I think I did quite well. And then I secured them with string. Yeah, string, I know. Very thin string actually too, but hey, they are still holding till this day. I thought the hard part of my job was probably almost over at this point until I looked over and saw the massive beam that I had to get on top of the A-frames. I would like to mention the sand pad for my shed was also getting done at this stage. So I had a beautiful audience watching me as I struggled to complete this. So using all my strength, I tried to lift, I don't even know how much this weighed, log up onto the top of these A-frames. Now it did take around 20 minutes, but again, your girl got the job done. You see that? You see that balance? Yeah, that's what I was talking about. I then again used string, yes, twine, to secure the top beam to the A-frames. I then decided to play around a bit with what additional supports I would need for the base of the roof. So I put a couple additional posts up to see if they would hold it. As you can see, I secured them very well into the ground. And this right here was my favourite moment of the day caught on camera, the moment that I realised I had sacrificed my car unwillingly to the project, and I now did not have a vehicle to get me around to places. But don't worry, I got it out in under 2 hours. Impressive, right?
So at the moment I'm just putting some crossbars on here by just using some twine and some square lashing.
Alright, so here I'm using the logs for horizontal beams to go across for the roof base. I am using my body to support the logs as I secure them to the frame with, again, string. I got these bamboo fence screens off Marketplace and I'm using the actual wire that is on them to attach them to the frame.
Basically, I'm up to the stage where I'm doing the roof. So I first put down some bamboo screening. That's just going to kind of be a base to secure all these grass tree dead leaves to. So I've just got heaps of grass trees on the property. So I'm just going around and I'm gathering all the dead leaves from the bottom or fallen on the ground, and I'm just tying them together with wire and like in pom-poms, I guess, and then putting them along here. I'm sure there's a much easier way to do it. If anybody knows, let me know. But I just had this idea that they're probably pretty good for creating a roof with. So I've gone with it, and this is how I've decided to do it. Let's go.
One thing you should know is I have no time perception. So I thought making these little grass tree pom-poms would take me a day, 2 at most. It took me 2 months, probably a little bit over. So, but I mean, it was worth it in the end. So they are quite gorgeous. What I did is I used all the dead leaves that is around the skirt of my grass trees or found on the ground that are not of any use to the grass tree, except for protecting it from fire, which hopefully I will be doing. And then I tied these together with wire. And each one has probably a bit more than a handful in them.
So, believe it or not, the firewood shelter has been my longest project. Taken longer than the caravan, longer than the 400 metres of fences, longer than chicken coop. It's taken the longest by far because I've had to make a billion of these little grass tree pom-poms. But I am getting super duper duper close, and I just wanted to show you guys how I've been getting to the top, because as you can see, being an A-frame, my ladder is not, it makes it quite difficult. So I'll show you.
Okay, so this little trick is not something that I would recommend to anyone. You just need to feel very confident in what you're doing. Like I said before, I did used to be an acrobat and I'm also a yoga teacher, so I have really good balance and I feel quite comfortable in the air. So I felt quite confident in doing this. If you do, you can do it as well. Otherwise, please don't try this at home. I use my balance on the ladder to lower myself onto the A-frame and secure these little grass tree pom-poms to the top of the roof by the wire that I had wrapped around them.
So now to secure the wire on the inside, I'm just going to use this table, get some height, and just secure it, tie it together. Probably only got a few more to go on this side, and then we'll get this side done, and hopefully I'm done today.
I most definitely was not. So I was only able to place the wire through the roof base with this ladder method. I then had to go into the middle of the actual structure and place a table there, climb on top of it, and then twist the wire together to secure it onto the roof base. Ta-da! Finished! I am still going to add some shelves so the wood isn't touching the ground, but other than that, it's done. Thank you for watching.